So when diagnosing a pickup not working, I try to look for a few obvious things. One is if I notice any pole pieces have shifted. These all look in place, they're fine. Also here, you look for the tiny wires that are going to be the beginning and end of the coil on the pickup. And that is the problem in this case. You can see that little wire. It's really hard to see, but this little wire right here, that's the problem in this case. It's come disconnected from the lead. So the wire starts here at the black and goes this way around the pickup. So had it been the white wire, you have the potential to unwrap a few winds and get as much wire as you need. But with it being the black wire, we're going to have about 8,000 winds or so on top of the little tiny piece that we've got. So this piece right here is our lifeline, and it's pretty much the only hope we have of getting this pickup working. The only hope we have anyway, other than just a complete rewind. I've got a piece of 600 here. This will do. I'm going to just lightly score this little wire, remembering that this little thing is my lifeline to this pickup. Then I'm going to take my multimeter, put this in resistance mode. It's not going to give me continuity, but it'll give me a reading. If I short the two together, you see it's 0. What I'm trying to find out right now is, even if I get this reconnected to the lead, do I have a complete coil in here without damage? You can actually see here, I've been testing on this joint and on the end of the wire, but I can actually see here that both sides of this pickup have been disconnected, because I can see this wire dangling here. So let me also get this side. So this pickup is currently hanging on by 2 lifelines, a little small one here and a little small one here. Just a moment ago I was able to get a flash of resistance because it's so hard to get these contact points. Alright, it looks like we have about 7.4K, 7.35, 7.37K. That tells me this pickup is worth repairing these without a rewind. I hope that shows. I can't even tell if it is. This little wire and this little wire. And now I have 2 holes where the eyelets were. These pickups are wound with 43 gauge plain enamel. I have some of that. You can see that's the same color wire as is on the pickup there. So I'm going to use a little bit of this through the eyelets to give me just a little bit of working room. So 1 loop. So I'm only using the tape on the replaceable one. If this one underneath 8,000 winds breaks, I am SOL. And to get the two to stick together is the trick here. I think that's connected now. Looks to be. I'm going to resolder this eyelet. Oftentimes the heat from the solder is enough to melt the insulation. I'm excited to see if I get a resistance reading from the other lifeline to this eyelet. Yeah, I do. Good. So this eyelet's now got connection. Now we've got a little solder blob there, but that's okay. It's going to work. It's the joint between the two wires connecting the eyelet back to the lifeline. I'm going to do something similar to the other side. Get some fresh through the eyelet and get a connection going. So I had an interesting idea to make a little joint right here between the two using some self-adhesive copper shielding tape. Then I had the better idea of, instead of messing with this little tiny wire, which I think I kind of got lucky on this side and I'm probably going to leave it, but over here what I can do is send this wire through. This wire is much more stable and durable. What I can do is push it over. Then I've just got to get this one to stick to that one. Yeah, 7.4-ish. Test for resistance up here. 7.45 or so. I'll also check the Henrys on this pickup just because I'm curious. .5 Henrys roughly. Alright, now I've sort of got some exposed stuff here and some exposed stuff here. I think what I'll do is scrape some wax and heat that up really quickly. After all that, the pickup still measures normally. I think if I were to do it again, I would do the same thing that I did here on the white side. I would just do that to both sides. That was a lot easier than messing with those little tiny wires. The wax is a little bit excessive, but that won't affect the performance of the pickup, and the purpose of it there is to protect those little lifeline wires. And I'm pretty confident this is now a bomb-proof pickup and will perform like it's supposed to for whatever guitar it gets installed in. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. The liking really helps, by the way. I've noticed the algorithm tends to push videos that get interaction. So if you guys could do that for me, I would appreciate it. Thanks.